Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and I am going to be using more vellum today. You know I love my vellum. And I'm going to be making some pockets, and then on the inside we're going to be using some beautiful paper from Prima. This is the Pink Fall collection, I think that's the name of it. And then this die, we're going to use a few pieces of that so you can have different pockets on this side. And then on this side, you'll have a different little pocket. So you've got a pocket up here, a pocket here, or a double pocket if you want it. And then all of these little pockets down through here that you can do all kinds of things with. Now, I did stitch mine, but you don't have to stitch. You can glue. All of this can be glued together. I just liked the look of the stitched. And I meant to leave this to where it would be a flip, so you can use both sides of it. I didn't leave my piece here, but when I put this in my journal, I will attach it with a piece of washi or something, and so that it will be a flip. But this one, we're going to make it a little different, so it'll be a flip. Now, this is a piece of our vellum that will be linked below. It's in our store. So you're going to take it the long way and just fold it. You're going to leave, let me put it on a grid so I can kind of make sure I get it halfway straight. You're going to leave about 1 inch or 3/4 out here. So then you're going to fold this down. Okay. And I like to go ahead and crease it real well with my bone folder. That makes sure that that lays down nice and flat. Then you're going to fold this piece up. Now, we have made some regular pockets like this before, not using vellums, but just regular pockets. So you can do this with just your regular paper if you want. I just thought it was pretty to use the vellum and then put some pretty paper on the inside of it. Just my thought, but you can do this with anything. And you're going to cut this little piece off, because you don't need that on there. Okay. So, and I saved that because you know I'll use it. And then this is going to be your flip part. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to take it and fold it back right even with that edge there. Just make sure that it's even with your edge. Now that's going to be your little flip. So that's going to attach, let's just say this was your page in your journal, that would attach like that, and then that would flip out, and you'd see everything on this side and everything on this side. Now, depending on what side you want your pocket, if you want your pocket on the back side or the front side, or it doesn't matter, that's up to you. That one, I folded the pocket around the other way. This one, I think I'm going to put the pocket on this side. So again, I'm going to make sure this is nice and straight, and then I'm going to use my bone folder and go over that like that. Then I take my paper, and you can just use whatever paper that you have. I love this collection, and since I will be working on more fall journals, I thought I would use it. Oh, that's the right size right there. Can you believe that? I go ahead and slide my paper in there, and then you can measure it that way. It's a lot easier than trying to measure and then cut. Just slide it in there like that. So that is the perfect width. We just need to cut it off some. So I am just going to mark this right here at the top. And that's where we're going to cut it off. Pull it back out and grab my trimmer. Just trim that off, save that little piece. And then what you want to do is just slide this down in there like that. And that piece is set. Isn't that pretty? And when it gets glued down, you're going to be able to see everything back in there. And then I'll put another piece here. And using a double-sided paper, you've got a pretty pattern on the back side as well. All right, what am I going to put down here? Let's see what other paper. And you can do this with digitals. It doesn't have to be this collection, but I just thought this collection's gorgeous. 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 Hello Pink Autumn is what it's called. So what shall we put on the bottom? Oh, we could put a piece of this dark. That would be pretty. That would show through real well. And if you didn't want to put a whole piece of paper down here like this, you could just put a flower in there or a pumpkin in there, or, you know, whatever. You could even cut this out and just put that in there. Ooh, that's a good idea, Edith. Let me think. If I put that in there, just that circle. Okay, I think I'll go ahead. I may cut that out, but I'm going to see how much I need to trim off of this side. I want that to be in the center there. So let's cut it like this. It won't be wasting because I will use all of these scraps elsewhere. All right, we're going to cut it right there. And then I want to cut it across here. So let me grab my trimmer. First we'll cut this little barcode off, and we'll keep that because that's a nice piece that we can use right there. All right, and then cut this side off and see if we've got that pretty well centered. Now let me see where my mark is over here. Now let's see if that fits. It's not exactly centered, but it's close enough, I think. Oh, I like that. Look at that. I like that. Okay, it looks like I need to trim just a tiny bit off of the top. Make sure I got it down in there good. Yeah, just a tiny, tiny bit off the top, and that's it. The sides look good. Okay, so let's take our, first off, I'm going to do this to make sure that it's down in there as far as it'll go. Sorry if that irritated you, me banging that on the desk. So we'll trim this off, just this little tiny bit right there. Little sliver. Yes, that's good. And then I want to cut my little pull in the top of these. So cut it right there. Okay, and then just make sure that you got your piece in there where you want it before you cut. Okay, and then I kind of hold that piece in there pretty tight. You could go ahead and glue if you're going to glue at this point, but I'm just going to hold it in there right now and punch it. Okay. Now, if you're going to glue, now's the time to glue. I'm going to glue a little bit, and then I'm going to stitch these, but I won't stitch them all right this minute. Okay, first off, what I did also is I rounded my corners. I don't like that sharp corner there, so I just rounded the corners. Ooh, I may have to use my other punch to do the rounding. Okay, so we've got those done. Just gonna make sure that all my little pieces are in there, and then we're gonna start doing some gluing. Now this is if you're not gonna stitch. If you're gonna stitch, then you can go ahead and stitch at this point. Oops, you know what? I didn't use my Bearly Arts glue. Use a glue that doesn't show through your vellum. I just used the wrong glue. So I'm going to press this out really well. Art glitter glue most of the time shows through your vellum. So I may have to put a piece of lace or trim over there. That makes me mad. Okay, let's do it on this one. And I'm going to use my Bearly Arts. And I'm just going to run a little bit down through there because, like I said, I am going to stitch. So I don't want to put a lot. Okay, you have that. So there is your little flip, vellum flip. And then you could make little journaling cards to go in here. See, it can go behind that. So your photos here is still going to show. And then you can make journaling cards to go up here. They can be one on the front if you don't want this paper to show, or if you want that paper to show. And if I can hold on to it, you just put it in the back, in that part. So it would show actually back here But since I have a more solid paper back here with not any decorations on it, showing back here would be okay with me. And then it's going to flip in your journal. Now, I didn't glue mine all together. Like I said, I am going to stitch. But one thing I didn't do is I didn't ink right here before I glued that. So make sure if you're going to ink that you ink first. And see how that art glitter glue is doing right there? So I'll probably put a piece of trim down through there. After I stitch, I'll look at it and see what it looks like, and if it's still showing, then I'll put a piece of trim. Your Barely Art, see I glued it here, and I see very little residue, and that's going to go away as soon as it dries. Alright, so that is that. Now, if you want to put something on the back like I did on this one, or basically this is the back and this is the front, you can put something back here. You can put another pocket, or you can put one of these. I may actually use a piece of this and put another pocket back here. Let me decide. Do I want to do that? I think so. So we're going to cut another one, and I think I'm going to make it about that tall right there. And then we need to cut it. We do have a few more bottles of the Barely Arts, and then it will be, after this sells out, it's going to be, I think they said about 3 months before we can get any more. So if you want any of the Barely Arts, you better get it now, because it's going to be gone soon. I left my glue open a little bit too long. Okay. That looks good. I'm going to go ahead and cut a pull in the top of this. I like that back pattern too. Okay, then we'll glue that down right there. And since we're gluing underneath, you don't have to worry about using this Barely Arts, but since I have it open, I'm going to go ahead and use it. It does hold the vellum real well, so there is that. Still got your flip, and then you've got another pocket here that you can put a tag in. And then on the front, now I got a little bit crazy on my inking right there, so I'm just going to take this is a little bit wet, and I'm just going to wipe that wet off. That's a good thing about vellum. If you get a little bit too much ink on it, you can just wipe it off with a wet towel. So there is that. And yes, I am going to have to cover that. That's irritating me. But that is that one. So you can make your tags and put those in there if you want. I think those are pretty. They'll go great in our journals. So let's make another one and use a different paper. What would y'all like to use? Let's use more of that, but let's use maybe a different design. Maybe we'll use that black on the inside, the black background, and then put something else on the outside. Now, if you don't want to use a real decorative paper in there, you can just put any kind of paper in there and do a lot of decorating. That's up to you. Either way, they're going to look really pretty. And they're going to be very useful for your journals. I like flip outs because they don't take up a lot of room. You can put it on any page basically. And you can use them in lots of different ways. Now this one, we may turn it around and go the opposite direction. Let's see. So I still want to flip this way, I think. Now I should have folded this one the other way if I want to go on the other side of the page. But we've already got it folded, and the thing about vellum is once you fold it, it's got that crease in there, and it's a little bit too late then. Too late to turn back then. But we could still change it, I think. Let's look at this. Make sure I get my same fold there. There's my same fold. And then this will just fold over this way. And that should work. So then if we have a page like this, and we want to put it on this side, we can. So it'll go on that side. This one would go on this side. So you can turn them around until you put your paper in there, and then it might be a little bit more difficult. But you can turn them around for either side that you want. Trying to decide if I want my pocket up here or my pocket on the back. I think I'll do my pocket on this side, just like I did the other one. And now we just need to measure our paper, and we can just slide it in there and measure it, or you can just measure it and then cut it. Either way that you want. I tend to do a little bit better if I slide it in. But this is backwards to me, so let's see if I do. Alright, all the way down to the bottom. And where is my pencil? There it is. Make me a big mark so I can see it. And then this, ooh, I need to make a mark right there because I can't make one down at the bottom too well. Okay, so that is in there. That's pretty. I love that. That is so pretty. I may have to flip my pocket to the back side because I want to see my butterfly. I think I've already flipped this pocket around a couple of times, haven't I? It's okay. It'll continue to flip. It's not going to break. This vellum is pretty good. Okay, so we'll flip it to the back side. I love that. So pretty. Now, what are we going to put in here? Or are we going to put anything in there, or just put a flower or something on it? I don't have a fall flower, believe it or not. I have some ordered, but I don't have any here. Now, we could always cut out a pumpkin and put there, but I don't really want to do that. Let me see if we have anything in here that we might fussy cut real quick. Ooh. There's a lot of pretty things in here, but I don't think it'll be quick. Okay, I'm thinking most of these are going to be too big. That probably wouldn't be. We could probably cut that one out pretty quick, so let's just do that. Make sure before I spend my time. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna cut this out. I'm just gonna fussy cut around the outside. I'm not gonna worry about the inside. And then we will put this in there. And I don't think I'll put anything behind it. We'll see. And I'm not gonna cut into each one of those little pieces there. I'm just gonna get most of the white off on the outside. I don't think it's necessary to cut into each one, and that would take me all day. We're going to ink it up anyway. Oh yeah, I like that. Alright, so we're going to put a little ink on this just to cover up the white around the edges. And then I think I'm just going to leave that inside like it is. I'm not going to do anything to it. Oh, I like that. Look at that. That stands out real well. I like it. Okay, now what we can do to make that stay exactly where we want it, I'm just going to make sure that I get it pretty well centered. Looks good. I'm just going to put a glob of glue right behind it because that pocket's going to be glued down anyway, so it's not going to show. And that'll keep it in its place right there. Cute. I love that. Gives me lots and lots of different ideas. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim my corners. Now, if you had a single-sided paper, you could still do this. You could just put a different color in the back side. So you could still do this with no problem. I'm going to trim this a little bit right here. I feel like it's going to get in my way. Now we need to cut a little pull at the top of these. I'm just going to cut a shallow one because I don't want it to cut into my piece. Same here. So there is that. That is so pretty. And then you've got this side, and you can do lots of different things on here if you want to, or you can leave it just like it is. You can put a little piece of something down through here. Let's see what we might do. Or you can just put a word on there if you want to do that. What about just putting, maybe, trying to think here. I don't want to cut, I like this, but I don't want to cut my butterflies off. Let's just do this since it's down here at the bottom. We may put something underneath it, I don't know. And I'm not going to fussy cut it, but I'm just going to cut kind of around the letters, getting the form of them, but not cutting into them. Okay, so all we did was just outline the letters. I'm going to go a little bit more right here into this H so that it looks a little bit more like an H. And then we'll ink this up. Thinking I'll put that there, but I'm going to put something underneath it. Okay, let's try a piece of this vintage book page and just put that under the wording and see what happens. Okay, I've still got my butterfly. Okay, that makes that stand out a lot better by doing that. But I don't necessarily want that picture in there, so I'm going to kind of tear that out a little bit. And then the bottom I need to just cut off straight. I'm going to put it right down at the bottom. Probably the side too. Just going to do it like that. And then this can go like that. Yeah, let's do that. So with these, your imagination can go crazy. Lots of different ways you can decorate these up. Now, I do feel like that white on there sticks out a little bit too much. So I'm going to put a little bit of ink on my blending brush. Let's see, I need to blend it off a little bit. And I'm just going to knock that back a little bit by using my blending brush. Now, that's better. Much, much better. Okay, so that is that one. Now, I still feel like that this side's a little bit naked. I may put some trim down through here to just dress it up a little bit. I don't want to cover up my pumpkin or my butterfly, but I feel like it's a little bit naked. Maybe after I stitch it, it won't look that way. I don't know. A lot of times I just have to wait until I stitch and then look at it. So we may put something else down through there and we may not. This side I like just the way it is, so I think we'll leave it. I am going to go ahead and ink here before I forget, because if I forget, I'll get ink everywhere like I did a little bit ago. We may try making one of these just out of some regular paper. Just in case you don't have vellum and you don't want to purchase any vellum, then you can use just your paper that you have in your stash. So there is that. And again, I'm not going to even put any glue on this because I want to stitch it. But that is the basics of how that goes right there. And I'm going to, again, trim this little piece off. All you have to have there is enough to hook it to your page, and that's plenty. So when this flips open, I'll have my little pocket there with my decoration on it, and I could always put a label or something up here. And then I can put my tag down in there. Cute. All right, let's use this coffee dyed paper, and this is from Triple V Vintage, if I'm not mistaken. Whoops, wrong folded. Gotta leave a little bit to go around your page. Okay, I was going to use that piece, but I've already cut some off of it, so it's not quite as wide as I would want it. And then you can fold this up. And you can fold this as little or as much as you want. There's no particular. There we go. And then let's open this back and we'll trim this off. It's a little piece right here. Now, if you don't want this to be like a double pocket, or you don't want the double thickness, you can cut this back piece off and use it for something else if you want to. I'm just going to leave mine. I think it's going to be fine the way it is. It'll just give my pocket a little bit more stability. All right, now I'm going to use my bone folder and just try to get this as straight as I can. And then we'll punch out our pull on here. And I'm going to go ahead and punch one out up here. So there you go. Now you can use this pocket on the back or on the front. I think I'm going to leave mine. No, actually, I think I'm going to put it on the back, because I'm going to put something else on the front this time. Go ahead and fold this back. All right, that goes that way. Now, let's put one of those little pieces on the front of this. What did I do with them? Let's put one of these maybe on the front. We might put some paper underneath it. I'm not sure. It depends on if I find one I really like to put on there. These are some that were pre-cut for me. I'm trying to use these before I actually cut any more with my brand new die that I've got. But you could, you know, I don't know if we have the die in stock now. If not, it should be here soon. We had them in stock and they sold out really fast. Oh, I might put that one on there. I kind of like that color. But this is a Tim Holtz die. So that might go on there. So let's see what we want to do to this side. Okay, I think I might add a piece of book page, and then I'm going to put some embellishment over the top of it. Yeah, that'll work right there. Sorry if I'm a little low talking this morning. My hubby is still asleep, and not that I would wake him up, because he's completely in another building than me. But I just got up a little while ago too, and I'm still a little bit hoarse. I'm a little hoarse when I first get up in the mornings. Not that I'm still sick. It's just, I don't know, that this cold just doesn't go away real quick. It hangs on for a long time. Okay, I'm going to tear a piece of this. Tear at the top and on the side. So in the morning, I get up and I drink my coffee, and I'm just a little bit hoarse for a while, and then after I talk a while, I'm good to go. But I don't have very little coughing. I wouldn't say any. I have very little coughing left, but this is not something that anybody would want. I know. It is not fun. Okay, I'm going to cut that off a little bit more. Cut with my fingers. And then I think that'll go right there. And then we'll put a label or something out through there. So let's go ahead and ink this. And I'll probably go ahead and stitch all of them and then show you how they look stitched. But like I said, you do not have to do the stitching. You can just glue them together if you want to. I have the sewing machine here, and I like to stitch, so I like that look. That's why I do it. But don't think that you can't make this project just because it takes stitching, because you can. All right, I'm going to go ahead and ink all of this up too. All right, we have all of that inked up. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue my pocket down just so that I can put my embellishments on there without it moving. And I am going to trim this right here off a little bit. It seems to be a little bit wide. I may have not folded it exactly right. I just don't want it to hinder in that fold right there. Okay. Whoops. Sorry about that. And then put a little tiny bit of glue up through there. If I can run something straight and then there is a tiny bit of glue, I tell you, sometimes I feel like I run a wide piece of glue. Okay, then we're going to put a little bit down through there. And there is that pocket glued together. Now we will put our piece on here. So what are you guys up to, or is everybody well? I know a lot of people have been saying they have this crud like I had. My husband never got it, even though we were in the same room and same bed, everything. He never got it. He never got sick, which is great. I always am scared when I get something like that he's going to catch it. You know, he has so many health problems already. He doesn't need it, but he didn't get it. But boy, me, Melina, Aaron, and Bethany got it. We had it bad. And I noticed that a lot of people on YouTube have it too. A lot of people have been saying something about being sick. So, all right, we're going to put that right there. So there is that. That's on the front. Now, I want a little label or something up here. I may put one of these little tickets up there. Oh, that's cute. I could put a ticket and a label if I wanted to. So let me grab some labels. Where are my labels? Let's look at some of our stamped labels. These are the ones that I stamp on scrap paper. When I have scrap paper, I stamp a lot of things on here. Let's see if we have anything that we can use. Too light. I also stamp on material when I have extra material pieces laying around. Trying to find something that will kind of go, ooh, that might be okay. Let me see. I'm just going to look a little bit further. If this doesn't work, then I may get into my fall labels. This is stamped on a little paper bag, so you can stamp on anything. Just grab your stamps out one day and start stamping. I think that one's going to be it. And I'm just going to tear around it. Not going to worry about trimming it out. Just going to tear. Okay, then we'll do some inking. And let's see, if I put this over here, that over there, that should work. I don't want to cover up this all this background. That's so pretty. And I will put Triple V Vintage link below. She does all of this beautiful dyeing using doilies and things. She stays sold out a lot though, so you have to grab it when you see it. Like that. And then we still got room for all of our little tags down through there. I like that. And then on this side, I want a good label right there. Let me grab my labels. And I might even want a butterfly or a flower. Flower might be pretty. What about if we use a green one? These are Betty's Custom Designs on Etsy. These are her labels. Let's see. Ooh, Harvest. Let's try that one. And I need to spend about 2 days cutting all these labels out. That is something that I don't ever get time to do. But I've got so many from her and other sweet people that have shared with me that I need to spend a lot of time cutting labels. I thought that green would blend more with that, but now I'm wondering. Let's see if we put a flower on there first, if we'll get a little bit extra blending going on. Do we want a flower or a mushroom? These are our washi stickers. We do have more of these on the way. We order these about twice a month, and they sell out so fast when they first get here that it's hard for us to keep them in stock, because we get these from overseas, so it takes them about 3 weeks to get here, and then usually they're gone within a day of us uploading them. So if you'd like any of these, make sure you keep a lookout and then order them as soon as you see them in, because they will be gone if you don't. Oh, you know what? I just saw some fall pieces. Sorry, I didn't even have those on camera where you could see them, did I? These are kind of a fall piece here. I like that. And then let's see what our label's going to look like. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll pull. Okay, let's do that. So, and I was saying when I had those off camera and you couldn't even see them, that these are our washi stickers. And we do have lots more coming. It's just, they sell out as soon as they get here. Even though I order like every other week, I order hundreds of dollars worth of them. They sell out so quick that if you're checking the store and you see them, you better grab them if you want them, because they do not last long. And then I'm just going to ink around this to kind of blend that green down just a little bit. Keep it from being so bright. And I think it will blend better with this by doing that. Yeah, I like that, but I'm going to put something under it. Hold on. Okay, I ended up finding a piece of this in my stash this morning when I was going through looking for something else, and I had forgot that I had it. It's that netting. I don't think you can see it very well, but I had forgot that I had it. And it's not going to show a lot. It's just going to show a little bit. So you'll be able to see it a little behind there. But I think it'll give it a little bit of extra texture. So we're going to put that down. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right in the middle, right where I'm going to put the tag, and put it down. I don't care if the rest of it sticks up. It's okay with me. Then we'll put our tag right there on top of it, and that'll hold it down too. Yeah, I like that. But I still think I need something up here. So what about a butterfly? I'm thinking that one might be it. It blends a little bit better, so we'll have to save this one for another project. I keep trying to use that one on everything because I want to use it. All right. I'm going to ink up to get rid of that white edge because I don't want to have to trim it. You could trim it off. These are the Tim Holtz butterflies, and I'm not sure that we still have any of these in stock either. This is another thing that sells out faster than we can get it in. And right now the manufacturers are, well, you know, I say this every time, and I know you're tired of hearing it, but the manufacturers are just dragging their feet on getting product out. So it's a little bit of a mess. All right, you know I need bling in the middle of that. Pretty. I like that side. And yeah, we could do another label on this side if we wanted to. I don't think I will though. And then I love this side. I need to put little tags and things down in there. I think that tag, no, it's not quite wide enough. These tags would probably work, but I don't think they're quite wide enough. Let's trim it out a little bit and we'll see. It needs to be a little bit wider, I think. So we need to grab some tags of some kind or make some. All right, let's put some labels or something on this one. I think I want a label right there. What label do we want there? Don't think I want a green one. Okay, I think we'll cut out this Tradition, and it's in kind of a mauve-y color, a dark mauve color, kind of like some of that in there. And then we'll ink it up, and what shall we put? I want to put something behind it, I think. I don't think I want to just put it down like that. Maybe we'll just put a piece of lace behind it. Yeah, I like that. It's cute. And like I said, I am going to put a little piece of trim down through there because of my glue. It is pink autumn, isn't it? So you will never guess what I just did. I was going to take the top off of my Fabri-Tac, and instead of taking this top off, when I twisted it, the whole top came off. And I was not looking. I was reading something over to the side and thinking, and I was shaking it like this. And when I looked back, I had glue strings back and forth over here. I had slung this glue everywhere. That's what I get for not looking at what I'm doing, isn't it? Oh my goodness, now I gotta clean up all this mess. I cleaned up some of it before it dried well, but then now I'm gonna have to go back and do some major degluing. Sometimes I am a mess. I surprise myself at some of the weird stuff I can do. No one else would have ever done that, I'm sure. But I can. Okay. So I'm going to leave that. I think I'm going to put a little glue right there. So that's good. I am going to put a little piece of bling down through there just because I need to decorate this part up just a little bit. It doesn't have to have a lot, but just a few little pieces. Oh, me. Hey, if you spend the day laughing at yourself, that's good. Laugh at your mistakes. Don't get upset about them. Just fix them and go on. So, I don't think I want anything else on that side. I think that's good enough. I like my coloring and everything to show through there. I like the paper showing through. And then on this side, I'm not going to put anything down here, I don't think. But up here, I might put a little something. Just a little piece of something. And it could be anything. It could even be a cluster. Let's see if I have one. Well, I don't mind that one. It's got some of the same colors in it. I'm going to trim this little piece off right there. And it also has some vellum in it, so let's see what that'll look like if we put it down right there. Yeah, I don't mind that. Okay. And I don't think it needs a label on that side because it's got some wording down there. So that's good. That one's good. Other than making our tags, those are good. Now I want a little something right here, like a little label. And it's got this little falling leaves out. That might be cute there. These take a little bit more time to cut out, but they're really pretty. I think I need to get a new sponge. This one I've just about worn out. Well, my arm keeps sticking to the desk right there. Yes, I like that. And I don't think I want anything up here unless I cut out a butterfly and put it on top of that one. That might be a good idea. Let's try that. See if we have one that's close to the edge where we don't have to waste a lot of paper right there. So you can make it a 3D. Okay, cut that little butterfly out. We're going to ink him up a little bit on the edges just to cover up any white that I might have left. Then we're going to put him right there on top of that. Oh, I like that. So there's a little butterfly on top of the one underneath, so you can still see both of them. And then we need a little bit, just maybe one piece of bling or 2 pieces of bling. Let's try 2, see if it works first. Yeah, I think 2 will work. I knew that would happen. I've got so much glue on my fingers, it's pulling the bling back off because I didn't put it down with Fabri-Tac. Oh, I just saw something over there that I was going to show you guys, and I hope I didn't get glue all over it. Probably did. The way I was slinging it around. Yes, I like that. Okay, we can still put all of our little pieces in there. Then on this side, I think we want a butterfly or a label or something. Okay, I think I'm going to put one of these little tickets up there, and I'm going to choose one that maybe has a little pink in it, hopefully. Let's see. I've got to make a journal for my little tickets because this bag is tearing up. So they're falling out. So I need a little ticket that has some pink in it. So I will make an ephemera journal that will hold my tickets. So it'll be a ticket ephemera journal. We'll do that sometime soon because I've got a stockpile of them over there. Okay, put that there. Oh, I like that. And I don't think I'm going to put anything else on this side because by the time I get my tag in there, it'll come up to about right here, and that's going to be plenty on that one. This one, this is the one I haven't glued at all because I didn't want to glue anything down. I really think I want another one of those butterflies up here. So let's see if I can find a scrap piece of that paper that I can use to cut out. Oh, I got a pumpkin, but I don't have a butterfly on that one. There's one right there. I think we can do that one. He'll have a little flower at the bottom, but that's okay. Okay. So there he is. So this paper's got some pretty pieces you can cut out and use. Let's see. I think I'll use this. Maybe it will be okay. Since we're just going to put a butterfly on top. Cute. Look at that. He's cute. And then, of course, a little piece of bling. I can't put a butterfly down without a piece of this bling, and I'm using the last little pieces I have. I'm saving every one of them. Our Dollar Tree. Somebody said Dollar Store or Dollar Tree something had this bling in their area. Ours doesn't. We're a small town, and they don't have a lot of things like the larger places do. Very pretty. I like that. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do anything else to that side. This side, I may just want a label here. Maybe a pretty big label. I think that'll be too big. Let's just put this autumn on there. Oh yeah, that's pretty, but I think I'm going to put a little piece of this netting, or whatever this stuff's called, behind it. And I think on this one I might just gather it up, put it down. Just smush it down that way. Let's see if we can do that. Grab my little tool and try to work that in. Okay, I have so much glue on my tool that it won't do it, so we need to clean that off. Then we can press it down. There we go. Then let's put a little ink on here. We're almost finished. There we go. So that is that one. Cute. Okay, I am going to stitch all of these, and at the end of the video I will have a photo of how they look stitched. But like I said, don't worry about stitching them if you don't want to. It's not a mandatory thing. You can still make these without stitching. And I'm thinking, I love this one. I love all of them, but I love that background on that one very, very much. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.